welcome back to this edition of Taste Tahoe. The love is back in the Lake Tahoe television studio here, and the kitchen is rolled out. Steph and Moise always telling us the stuff we need to know about cooking, not just how to saute vegetables or this and that. You're gonna give us the colors, the things that really matter in the kitchen.
Yeah, I think that what's most important is what you want to look for. So when we're talking about this roasted butternut squash soup, is how do we go about it? It's basically just three simple components. It's roasted butternut squash, which has been roasted at 350 degrees for an hour.
Okay.
And what you're looking for is the caramelization of the sugar.
Yep.
You want to split it in half, lay it on pan, but you want this color, and what that does is it brings a richer, deeper flavor to your soup. So we have a roasted chicken stock, which is a dark roasted chicken stock.
Okay.
Stocks are the most important thing with soups, because that way you're not starting with water and having to build one flavor on top of another. You have a lot of flavor already to start with. So what we want to do is then balance that. So we have the roasted butternut squash. It's been chilled. You scoop out the seeds, and then you start with 1 cup of onions, white onions, yellow onions, 1 cup of celery, and 1 cup of carrots. It's sauteed till this is the color. Now remember, the idea is, what is your focus? What is your intention? I want a really rich soup. Then it's very, very light in fat, and it's really great for you, because then you don't have to eat as much.
Right.
So it's more about quality than quantity. So what you're looking for when you're sauteing with a little oil, kosher salt, and black pepper is you want this color. You want this deepness, because when you cook that out, the flavors that are in there get richer. Everything's seasonal. It's all at its peak right now. This is what the butternut squash soup's about. So we've sauteed this. I've added a half a cup of white wine after it's got this color, and that way it sucks in another flavor. So you're putting another flavor on top of another flavor. So what we're gonna do is just add the vegetables to the stock. And then we're gonna take this butternut squash, we're just gonna drop it right in. Just take it right out. And it's incredibly healthy. And so what I'm looking for is to bring all these flavors and meld them together. So you have this rich chicken stock. Then you have the vegetables with the wine. So you're building one layer on top of another on top of another. And when this comes up to a boil, you're gonna break it down.
All right, so we'll let this simmer up. How long are you gonna let this simmer?
I'm gonna let it simmer until it's tender, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna puree it. And literally, you could make this the day before. The great thing about this dish, and it's gonna taste better the next day.
Very nice consistency there. Throw the candied walnuts on the top there. Little salt and
Salt,
pepper,
kosher
just
salt,
right
and black
on top,
pepper.
yeah.
And I think that the thing is that seasoning's about enhancing. It's not about having to add another layer. It's about enhancing the layers that you have. Remember, salt is not a seasoning, it's an enhancer.
And that, folks, is how to make roasted butternut squash soup. No doubt about it. You are the man. I can't wait to dig in here. Stay tuned for another edition with Stefan and local restaurants from all around the basin here on Taste Tahoe.